This is Anya. She has a literature review due Thursday. She has not started. She also has a method that's going to get it done in 2 days. And it starts with a tool her professor has never heard of. This is not a top 10 list. 3 students were interviewed for this video. Their workflows are different. Their tools overlap. The one thing they all said the same, almost word for word, is the answer for the question every student is afraid to ask. Here's what Anya does for that literature review. Step 1. She opens NotebookLM, a free Google product that hasn't appeared on the most top 10 lists. She uploads her course readings, 12 PDF files, the lecture notes, her professor's syllabus. NotebookLM now answers from the sources she uploaded, the readings, notes, and syllabus. So the tutor is grounded in her course instead of giving a generic internet answer. It is far less likely to invent citations because her every answer can point back to her uploaded sources. But she still checks the cited passage before using it. Step 2. She opens Perplexity. Not Google, not ChatGPT, Perplexity. Check Perplexity's current student offer before you pay. In some markets and periods, students have received Education Pro Access or major discounts after verification. The exact offer changes, so verify it on the official student page on the day you sign up. Most YouTubers don't mention this because there's no affiliate commission to push. She uses Perplexity to extend the conversation beyond her course materials. To find the recent papers her professor didn't include, with citations to real journals. Step 3. A tool most people haven't heard of, Consensus. It searches over 250 million peer-reviewed papers. When you write an essay, you don't want the AI's opinion. You want what the literature says. Consensus shows you with what they call a consensus meter, whether researchers actually agree or disagree on a question. For a literature review, this is the right tool. Not ChatGPT, not Claude, Consensus. Step 4. Once she has the structure, she opens Google Docs. She writes the outline herself. Then she uses Claude or ChatGPT for a paragraph level drafting, but only after she's decided what each paragraph should argue. The AI is the typist. She is the writer. Step 5. Grammarly for polish. RemNote, which has a 25% education discount on Pro for spaced repetition flashcards once she is done writing. The one question students never ask a professor, never post on Reddit, never ask in comment section, and the one question that determines whether these tools help you or hollow you out. Where is the line? I never let AI write something I haven't already thought through. If I read a paper and I have a thought, I will ask AI to help me phrase it out. If I haven't read the paper, I won't pretend I did. The rule isn't about the tool. The rule is the thinking has to be mine. That's the cleanest framing of AI ethics in education from anyone, including the universities research for this video. Harvard, Stanford, MIT, Cambridge, Oxford, IIT Delhi, University of Melbourne. All moved in the last 18 months from blanket bans to course-specific policies. The summary is, ask each professor, get in writing, disclose your AI use. A minute on why NotebookLM specifically is underused. Most people use ChatGPT or Claude as a study tool. The problem is those models are trained on the entire internet. When you ask them about your professor's specific framing of cognitive behavioral therapy, they give you the internet's framing. In an exam, those are different things. NotebookLM is the opposite. You upload the only materials you wanted to know, your professor's lectures slides, your assigned readings, the specific textbook chapter. It builds a tutor grounded in that. It will give you summaries, mind maps, and the audio overviews of what your specific course covers. For a literature review, an exam, or an assessment that depends on specific course content, this is a different tool entirely and it's free. The 5 tools that should run your study workflow: NotebookLM free, Google grounds AI in your course materials, Perplexity with the current student offer, verify on the official student page, replaces Google for any research tasks, Consensus for evidence-based work where you need to know what actual research says, RemNote or Anki for spaced repetition, Memory is non-negotiable. AI doesn't replace it. Wolfram Alpha Pro for students, $5 a month for mathematics and quantitative work. ChatGPT will hallucinate calculations. Wolfram is much more reliable on quantitative reasoning, though always cross-check on critical work. ChatGPT and Claude are not on this list as primary tools. Both are trained on internet. When you ask them about your professor's specific framing, they give you the internet's framing. For drafting and ideation, they are useful. For grounded coursework, the five above are the spine. Anya was asked one more question, whether she felt AI was making her smarter or lazier. It's making me sharper at the things I already cared about, and it's making me lazy at the things I never cared about. I don't think I'm a worse student, I think I am a more honest one. I'm spending my time on questions I actually want to answer, not on summarizing readings I didn't want to read in the first place. The full workflow document with templates is in the description. For specific videos for engineering, medicines or business students, comment which one. The most requested one gets made next. Thank you.